So I see this comment a lot from Christians when talking about hell. Commenter says, hell was created for the devil and his angels, not a problem unless dot dot dot, and then missing parentheses from the right hand side. I don't exactly know what this comment is supposed to be suggesting. Is it suggesting that God didn't actually intend to send humans to the lake of fire and to the judgment? I wouldn't think so, because that would mean that God is not all knowing. When God created hell for Satan and his angels, did he have foreknowledge that he would be sending people there also? If you believe in an omni God, of course, God had to have known when he created it, which means God is not surprised that he created a place for Satan and his angels and then later decided to send people there. He knew all along he was going to send people there. And I would add that if you read Matthew 25:41 carefully, it's not entirely clear that it's suggesting God initially made it for just Satan and his angels. It says during the judgment, right? Then he will say to those at his left hand, "You who are cursed, depart from me and go into the eternal fire prepared for the devil and his angels." And if you want to get technical about it, the Greek word that we have used for prepare is just etomazo, and it just means to make ready. So if like you look through Thayer's Greek lexicon or like the BDAG, you're going to get a pretty generic definition. It just means to get things ready, to make the necessary preparations, so on and so forth. So as far as I can tell, Matthew is not saying that God initially created this place for the angels and then later realized, well, I got to do something with the humans and I got to send them. Well, this place is already ready. Let me just send them here with the angels. That is not at all what Matthew is even suggesting. What he's really suggesting is like, hey, you know that place that we already sent the angels that rebelled, that terrible place? People are going to head there too. It's already been prepared. It's already there. Got to remember, Jesus and almost everybody who followed Jesus were keen readers of the book of Enoch, which is why you see it quoted in Jude. It's why you see it quoted in Second Peter. And this is where this whole narrative of these fallen angels that are bound up in the abyss in chains and darkness waiting for the final judgment, that's where this narrative kind of takes life. So I don't actually see the Bible suggesting that God had like a short-sighted creation where he didn't realize he'd have to send bad people or people who disbelieved somewhere and then later decided he'd have to send them to hell. No, as far as the text is concerned and as far as the attributes of God are concerned, God had to have known from the very beginning that he was going to send humankind, his own creation, for eternal torment in hell or annihilation. And lastly, I would add, if you count Romans chapter 9 in, it's clear that God created some human beings to be vessels of wrath, meaning he predetermined from the very beginning of the foundation of the world, according to Ephesians chapter 1 and Revelation chapter 13, who his elect were going to be, who was going to be chosen through Jesus Christ, and who was going to be created specifically for the destruction.